live. Hello, hello, hello. We'll see how many of you guys are able to join me live. If not, hopefully you catch the replay. And let's just make sure everything's working. How about that? I'm going to be doing a little two-camera view here, and we're going to give it a try. So as long as you guys can hear me, and then we will jump right into it. Yay! Hello, Linda. How are you guys? Oh my goodness, Manita, it is cold here as well. One chill factor. Ooh! Okay, you win. No, it's actually snowing outside as we speak. Like, yeah, I pulled out all the good sweaters again. I mean, this lovely January, February bipolar weather that, you know, sometimes happens. But yes, completely snowing outside. It hasn't snowed in Charlotte for, I don't know, good 5 years or so, maybe a little less than that, but still, then this year alone, I swear, it's snowed like 3 times already. So yes, chilly here for Carolina, I guess I should say, but it's not one chill factor. That's just plain cold. That is just plain cold. Hump day, yes, happy hump day, Beth. Absolutely. You know, I was just sitting here setting up for this event, and I thought, this is kind of nice. It's light outside. It is a little cold. I should get my heater on, but I have like this little heater I bought for when I scrapbook. I just put it down by my feet, but it's loud, so we're not going to play it or turn that on right now. But it's nice. It's nice during the day. A lot of times we do evening events, and I get that. We wanted to do these events, of course, more midday, I guess you could say, with the reality, of course, that a lot of that are not able to join live will catch the replay. So definitely, if you are catching the replay, still leave us a comment in the chat once it's posted to the replay and say hi, because that always makes us happy as well. But I'm so glad that many of you guys are with me as well. All right, so since this is a new event, so first off, welcome to the 10 and done is what we're calling it, 10 and done. Meaning we're going to pick 10 items and we're going to scrapbook with them, right? And we had posted in the description, and we'll do this every month when we post the next month's event, kind of what the focus is going to be. And this month it's going to be stickers. So stickers it is, and we're going to be focusing on that. And what I really thought about this event was just kind of reminding us, but also bringing back into the perspective that you don't need a huge stash to make great layouts. You really don't. And that by just focusing on just a few items, especially when you sit down to scrapbook, it helps you get focused, and it takes away over feeling overwhelmed. So if those are things that you struggle with, I hope that this kind of challenge helps you every time you sit down to scrapbook, right? Every time you sit down to scrapbook, to kind of eliminate the distractions, and of course within that spark creativity, because it really will allow that creativity to kind of be sparked. And then of course just gathering a few intentional items can make a huge difference overall with your progress and your effectiveness in feeling like you actually are scrapbooking, right? Meaning you're actually creating a page, you're actually doing something with that, and just overall ensures that you're using your stash, especially, you know, as we go forward in 2025, just more effectively. So we wanted to kind of help you guys with that as scrapbookers ourselves. This is great. I'm up for this challenge, and of course we want to help all of you as well with these goals that I just mentioned. So like I said, today's focus is stickers, right? And we're going to use these little stickers. I will have to confess, I'm going to be sharing a lot of tips that I used when I first initially was utilizing a lot of my own stash along my journey of adopting more of a play to create mindset. But I've used a lot of my stash. Actually, I think a lot of my stash, I've mentioned this before, you'll see a lot of my layouts in iDepic #1 and #2. That was my phase of my personal journey of using my stash. But of course, we always want to share kind of these things that we've learned in our own journeys, and also motivation to use your stash, because I can tell you from my own my own experience how fulfilling that is. But I do have a few more stickers in the stash. But ultimately, I know that stickers is one of those embellishments phases of our scrapbooking journeys that we often collected a lot of, don't quite use. Some of them might be outdated, right? So all of that, which brings me to the second part of this challenge, which is use it or lose it. Okay, so every month when we do this, if you find yourself, you know, looking at some of your stash and you're like, I'll never use this, then donate it, lose it, right? So just remember, if you have a sticker set you have not been, if you've been hoarding, right, or whatever that might be, and or if you find yourself saying like, I'll never use this, then let's lose it, let's donate it. So that's kind of part of the second part of this challenge. One, the first part is to minimize kind of what amount of supplies we use, but the other part is if we don't find a need when we're going through our supplies, to lose it, to declutter at the same time. So go through your stickers in this specific month. Hopefully, you know, this focus on stickers encourages you to do that. And I will tell you, there is an article in the community where I shared kind of my process with Amy. This was years ago, guys, but it is the same process I use to this day to help me declutter. And that is the, gosh, what is it called? I had it right here. It's clearing away the clutter. That's right, clearing away the clutter. So if you go into the community and search that, or go under the spaces, there's an organizational space, and I believe it's like one of the further down articles, because like I said, it's been a few years since we posted that. But the article in general talks about kind of this keep it, unsure, and get rid of phase. And that's, the article will break it down, but that's kind of the method I use when I choose to declutter. And when I recommend, when you are trying to organize or declutter in that area, focus on only an area. So for example, don't look at your whole scrapbooking room or any place of your house, because I apply this to all every aspect. Spring cleaning's coming up. We're gonna all have that itch here soon. But what I was trying to say was, don't focus on everything. Just focus on a specific thing. And in this case, I would just focus on your stickers. Like if you find yourself being like, you know what, I pulled out my stickers, I'm looking at my stickers, and you start going through your stickers, then right away you, for the most part, we're like, ooh, we really like these. I want these. I bought them for a project in mind, whatever that might be. So keep it. And then if you're unsure of, don't waste your time humming and hawing over it. Just put it in a bucket of unsure, and then the get rid ofs are those quick decisions that hopefully don't get the, you know, the spinning wheel going in your mind. But the middle one, that unsure one, is just so you can move quickly and then come back, and then you can go through that unsure one again and either go left or right, keep or give away. Anyways, I hope that helps. So we'll refresh up on that a little bit more. Maybe I'll do a little bit more on that next month at the 10 and done. But just know that this challenge is, that's part of this challenge, is use it or lose it, right? So overall, keep that in mind. And I'll probably even share something like, I pulled together a list of like some options for how to store your stickers. But if you guys have any like great suggestions on that, I know in the last PJ Playdate, if you haven't had a chance, you could like skim through that video. Mary shared some, actually, we were talking about stickers, and she shared her binder that she keeps a lot of her stickers in. So that's definitely one option on organizing your stickers, is a binder. I have started to, I don't have all of them, but I did throw this one sample. I'm even using my pockets for helping me use the organize these stickers. So I have used these pockets for organizing my templates, helping me organize my stickers, and helping me organize even my paper stash was another thing I've shared before, using these pockets. So that's definitely my preferred way. And then I even have a basket similar to what I have here for my stickers. But we don't have enough time to go over all of that today. So those are just, again, some things to keep in mind, and hopefully bring it to the surface and encourage you to do that while we're focused this month. Okay, so lots of good options. Like I said, you can color them, sort them by colors, which is my preferred way of doing it. I actually keep my stickers and other little miscellaneous embellishments, but remind you, I just don't have used to when I first, for me, my first journey on the Play to Create scrapbooking journey of my own scrapbooking experience. I've used a lot over the last decade. So mine is trimmed down quite a bit. Or you can separate them by colors or categories, but those of course are pretty common. So sticker books, hanging file folders, those are all options to help you organize your stickers as well, since we're talking about it and using them. Now, one thing I wanted to mention, and this is just how my mind works. So again, feel free to throw some comments in the chats or things that you've noticed that work. And I am going to share some designing tips with stickers overall. But we do need to pick out our 10 items, right? And so I have picked out my 10 items where I'm going to share a lot of my creative process as we go along, go as quick as possible, catch any comments that I can. So don't be shy if you have any questions or any comments to add. Definitely throw it in there so we can all be inspired by each other. But hopefully you've gathered 10 items of your own. With stickers being that primary focus, of course, for February, and I think this applies to whatever type of stash we're going to use for the year going forward. The way my thought process works is, especially when you want to use your stash, right? I have found that by taking a challenge, challenging myself, however you want to word that, right? By using them effectively, taking a little strategy into play. And that little strategy is, like, for example, I did pull out this sticker sheet, right? And this is my sticker sheet. Sticker sheet can be the thing, and or I've been holding on to these. This is another one of my 10, okay? And so let that be the inspiration. I started with the stickers first. I didn't start with my paper. I didn't start with my pictures in this case because we're going to focus on stickers. So what happened is I went through my stickers, and I definitely treated them. I didn't treat it as an afterthought. I treated it as that initial inspiration. Okay, I'm going to use this. This has been in my stash for so long. I want to use this. What can I scrapbook with this, right? And so that's what I was saying, like, that's how I have found that I pull in some stash occasionally, is to approach scrapbooking from that top level down. And definitely that's always helped. We teach similarly with the Kiwi Club. I always look at the Kiwi Club and say, what can I scrapbook with this, right? So that I use that kit, and then I feel that inspiration and that kind of excitement from that novice of that new kit. Same thing with your stash. Pull out something from your stash and say, what can I scrapbook with this? And then let that be that inspiration and motivation. So just let that guide your other decisions. And so that's really what I did to create. And then of course, pull pictures together in mine. That works for me because, again, I've shared this before. I don't scrapbook in chronological order. I scrapbook off of inspiration, challenges, mood. All of that really is mood for me. It all reflects mood, whether it's inspiration or challenge. It's always an initiative to get me going. And that getting going is always that kick in the rear end that we all definitely need to experience. So that's always been a way that I can kind of, I guess, get my mind in the right headspace. All right, so let's jump into this. Let's actually start creating with it. I'm going to share with you what supplies I'm going to be using. And let me see if I can, there we go, change to an overhead. All right, so we talked about, of course, the challenge, the stickers, how you can go about maybe looking at your stash. Oh, no kitty. Nope. Nope, no, 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 no. Oh, you turkey. Here, Abby, can you take her? She's just gonna keep doing that. Shut the door, please. So, and then of course some organizing tips. I'm trying to think if any of you guys had any of organizing stickers that has worked for you. I have these long border stickers, have had them for years. See, Shannon, like the fact that you're like, even they bring to the forefront of your mind. See, that could be a great, say, that's it. Today is the day I'm going to use those long border stickers, right? And use them up. So thinking about along that lines. All right, so now let's go ahead and start on our layout, and you can gather your supplies or just create along and be inspired. And then again, hopefully it motivates you to take this challenge in and of yourself, whether you're creating along with me right now or later. Okay, so sticking to just kind of 10 essential items or fewer. So definitely you have to choose wisely. And I'll walk you through my selection. And then I'd love to hear what you've picked as well. So feel free to share in the comments. And let's see what we have in store. All right, so first off, I think I cheated a little bit. I can't really call it cheating. I am picking out party time. It's a one and done kit. I was like, that counts as one kit. And then I did pull in a background design element because I always like to have that option handy. And rings is such a good universal set. So right off the bat, those are two of my sets. And I'm counting each set, I guess I should set some parameters here, as one of the selections. So that's 1, 2 in my book. Okay. I will say I started to ask myself questions like, well, what counts as the 10? I will say any tools, inks, daubers, scissors, those aren't part of the 10. Okay, can we all agree on that going forward in this year? Okay. Now, and then the pictures don't count either. Like, we're just 10 items from our stash or design tools. And I will say templates are part of the selection of that, even though they are a tool and they're a designing tool, right? They're both. I think they do count in that because, again, it's encouraging to use your collection as well. So think of that in that regards. Now, Abby just gave me this awesome, because I am going to be using Party Time, and if you don't have Party Time yet, this coupon code, Party Time 25, it saves you 25% off Party Time, and it expires tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Awesome. Every once in a while, I have these ideas when I jump in the lives. Here, let me put this back here so you guys can take a screenshot. If you don't have Party Time, and I promise by the time we start creating with these all-in-one sets, they're so fun. They just simplify it so much. And I think I was going for that a little bit in this live as well. So I'm glad that she pulled that together. I was even hesitant to photos count because photos are like kind of like ink and scissors. I use them on every layout, but I'll include it. 3, okay? As far as my sticker sheet, I will include that. In my case, I did choose to pick out one of these stickers sheets just because I know a lot of us often have these sticker sheets that come in the paper packs, right? Whether it's like Echo Parks or I can't think of other companies' names, sorry, off the top of my head. I think of Echo Park because I know this is Echo Parks. But we commonly see those. Actually, Linda did an awesome tip on the sticker sheets where she like mapped it out in a design, which I thought was really cute. We'll have to bring that article back up to the surface. I'll make sure to include that in the replay links. So I'll include that as one. And then I was debating as far as paper, because again, these rules, right? As we kick off these things, does each sheet of paper count as one? Do we include the 5 selection? Because that's of course what we recommend here at kiwilane. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just go ahead with my 5 sheets is the other my other selection. So I have my background sheets in here and then my 3 layering sheets. And then I pulled in these as well because I saw that it used a block. And so with it being stickers, I wanted to use that as well. Okay. Yeah. So do our 5 sheets count as one or not? I guess I should just make that decision myself. Truthfully, I think we can just count it as one. If you have 5 sheets that you're planning on, well, each sheet can count as a piece. I'm okay with that actually. So that ended up being, you know, the 9 or so. So 10 or fewer is our goal. Now listen, if you have 11 or something, fine, but 10 or fewer. I will say I'm a little hesitant on the photo ones because I use them on everyone. So maybe that one is going to be an outlier, to tell you the truth, going forward. Okay, I'm talking out loud now, just trying to convince myself what the rules are. But since this is our first 10 or, lose it, or, our first event around this, we will throw that in. All right, so let's jump into prepping our page. So how about you guys? I wanted to that template. Oh, well, there you go, Gloria. Is it Glorielba? Oh, Glorielba? I probably screwed that up. I'm sorry. Yeah, it does sound like James Rules, Emily. That's my sister. It does sound like James Rules. But in general, you can see I don't have quite a lot in front of me. I mean, paper does, qualify for a few, and I did just pull out what I have left of this stash. But again, the goal here is to limit it. Golly, I feel like my thing is blurry. Is it blurry to you guys, or is that just my screen? I hope it doesn't keep doing that. I mean, I know the weather's yucky out there, but I told everyone get off of their webs whenever I go live. I feel like I call the internet company like once every month. I'm like, I don't understand. Especially when you pay so much for internet these days. I don't understand. And you don't live like in the boonies. It seems like it should be good. Okay, I need my background sheets. I'm going to pull those out, guys, and we are going to jump into creating a page here. So again, the stickers in mind, and I will share some tips on the stickers. Actually, I have this great sheet that I'm going to share with you guys that has all my notes in here on just things I thought about and thought I would share during this event, and of course after this event, so that you can have this little guide or cheat sheet, whatever, to help you when you're using your stickers up too. There are 3 things that I'm going to move my camera up a little bit more. It looks a little cut off. Okay. There are 3 things that I often think about with stickers. Now again, we have them in our stash, so we want to use them. But stickers can sometimes fill out of place on a layout. And to kind of elevate them, I guess you could say, to make them look like more intentional part of your design, I always kind of think of these 3 sticker concepts on how to fix them so they don't feel out of place. 1, foundations. So we're going to create some foundations, and this is where the templates really help anchor a lot of your stickers. So I'll point that out as we go. So just definitely using your accessories and paper layers to kind of have somewhere to anchor your stickers really helps give them a foundation, so they don't feel like, the second thing, like they're floating, or right, so without any connection or anchoring them to the rest of your design. So when I first started scrapbooking, I'm sure this is true for many, many of you guys, it was just stickers. Actually, I should have pulled out one of those previous pages of mine. And it was just like, you cut out your pictures in those funny shapes and you put some stickers by it, right? And in that, though, did create this kind of more chaotic, not chaotic, but well, compared to what I've learned now, I can say chaotic. Like they're floating, they're like kind of like a secondary thought, don't really complement necessarily, but they were cute and they were fun to use. And so we used them, right? We also cut out our pictures into shapes. So I don't know what we were thinking at that time, but that's, you work with what you have, and that's always true. But also to help them not feel flat, And I'm going to share this again as we go along. I just wanted to mention these 3 aspects when I'm using stickers, and there's many other tips. You want to avoid things being flat, feeling like they're floating, and foundation. So like thinking about, I guess, these 3 F's. These 3 F's of sticker design: flat, floating, and foundation. So often what I'll do is I will take a sticker and either put some paper on the back. This was in this kit already. I must have done this and just chose not to use it. And then I'll use pop-up to pop it up on my page if I end up using it. So that was in the pack in that case. Okay, let's jump into creating. I was trying to look for my other thing. Okay, party time. I'm using this one. I'm gonna go for it, and we're gonna see what we can come up with. Oh, I guess I should share. For me personally, it does work because I am scrapbooking these birthday pictures. I chose to put them in black and white. I chose to also do that, well, because I had not had printed them yet, because I chose to say, oh my gosh, I really want to use the sticker sheet. Like, it's getting ruined at this point because I just like threw it in the drawer. I was like, okay, I'm going to use this sticker sheet up. Let's use it. Today's the day. And then I was like, well, what pictures I'm going to scrapbook, right? Kind of that top down. And then I was like, oh, there's the word happy. I could do like a happy birthday page, and then kind of throw in some other elements, which we'll talk about. And then I was like, well, I haven't scrapbooked Lacey's pictures. And then I looked at the color palette, of course, which in this case, I do have scraps of paper that I'm going to be using that coordinated with them in this case. And so I am going to, and then I turned to black and white. The picture's black and white because I was inspired by the stickers. Then I was inspired to turn to black and white and then make those pictures work so that I can use this sticker sheet. All right. Okay. So let's throw in, I definitely want some type of movement on my page. I told you guys my photos. They come in so handy. Non-stop. Oh, I have photo mats, not photos. Abby. Sorry to bother you again. You know where my photos went by chance? I don't see them right here. I only have photo mats. All right. Okay, along with this, actually, I have this sketch. I'm trying to remember it. You know what? Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to find this sketch that I pulled out. Must have been print. Oh, thank you. Thanks for finding my photos. And then, where'd that sketch go? Oh, you're a lifesaver. Okay, now I don't have to remember it. Here's a fun sketch. If this helps you guys in completing your page as well. I must have printed this and put it in this kit a long time ago, and so it just happened to work for today's event. So that's kind of where I'm thinking. Of course, I'm going to kiwify this. So this is kind of like a 2-in-1 challenge, I guess you could say. But here's the thing. When I saw these little photo things, when I was talking about, for example, foundation for stickers, it could be that we're creating a little space here, and where this is, we're going to put a sticker, right? So they're like these little, I don't know, little fun little design elements that they had incorporated into their initial sketch. But even in these blocks could be a great opportunity for incorporating stickers, so that once again, your stickers have a foundation, they're not floating, and then we can add some pop-up, which is one of my favorite go-tos with stickers, so that they're not flat. So we want to avoid things feeling flat, feel like they're floating, and we want to give them a foundation. Okay, so 3 things that I wanted to share with you today on that regards. So I'm going to just quickly take that sketch concept, I'm going to lay out my designs so that I have a game plan, right? And in this case, I did print these to a thing here. I'll probably trim that down a little. All right, and actually, I'm going to do a 3x4 here. If you could turn this, if you need it horizontal or vertical, mine are vertical, so I'm going to keep that in this. And then again, I'm going to build the rest of the foundation of my layout and kind of build from there, okay? Let's kind of do something like that for a moment. Let's pull this over. I'm gonna try not to bring the border. I really think that's fun. I don't know, we're gonna keep going. I should have probably already laid this out, guys, but we're gonna keep going because I like to show this process. I always like to show this process. I like to answer any questions that you might have related to kind of the designing process. It is very much a test and trial, so you kind of want to see what elements work. Again, by limiting myself to a few steps, just like we teach with featured sets or anything like that, it helps me kind of narrow in, gain some traction, and with that, a little bit of focus. So something like that. And then of course I have these balloons that for me I'm going to use. So all these pictures of her opening her gifts. So I want to add some journaling. So actually I think I'm going to do something similar. Let me pull that sketch back over where there's this like little journaling spot. I'm going to use my photo as that placeholder, but I want to add some journaling there because I want to talk about what her gift list was, because I feel like the gifts really talk about her. She loves Sudoku. She loves puzzles. She got face lotion. Like those are things that she wanted, and she was so excited, and it shows in the pictures. And I just really wanted to highlight the gift aspect of what type of gift she got and what that shares about her as well, right? Shares about her. So maybe I put some gifts here. Okay, now remind you, we want to throw in some stickers into the mix, and we're going to use those stickers. And in this case, I am just going to build that foundation so that they're not floating, as we mentioned. So I think actually let's slide this over, and I'm going to do it on this side of the layout, like so. Maybe I'll just do 3. I think this has 4, so that could be fun. Maybe actually, who knows? Maybe we'll bring it down. And that too. Okay. All right, any question? I love that sketch. It's one of my faves, and I've used it. Oh, Gal, that's great. I love that you are familiar with that sketch. Like I said, I must have been previous, but when I saw it when I was about to go live, I said, well, you know, actually looking at that with stickers in mind, it kind of changed the way I looked at the sketch as well, right? So hopefully that's good. There are next to your fabric scissors. Oh, where was my stuff? I got it. I got it, Emily. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, so is it blurry still? I feel like it cleared up, guys. I was waiting for that to kind of hopefully sneak in and clear up. It feels clearer on my side, so I'm hoping it's clearer on your guys' side. I'm hoping. Okay. You might even keep it to some standard photo borders here. Like so. Top, bottom. I'm telling you guys, what I love about Party Time, I haven't even reached for anything else yet, except for these Party Time and my photo sets. So if you don't have party time, I'm telling you, it's a special one. It's a great one, because I pulled out rings thinking maybe I would need it. I don't even know. I counted it as part of my 10, and we will see. We'll see if that actually happens or not. I could tuck this behind here, which I was looking at, but that's where I might pull in a rings. I kind of like the clean lines of the rings. Again, rings gives like a nice foundation, and we'll be able to explore within the foundation where to put stickers. So although I'm still designing my layout like initially where I begin all my layouts, even though I have this challenge to use the stickers, again, what I think is so great about building and using the templates for your game plan, right, for your design, is because, again, stickers, I think, are best displayed when they have a foundation, when they don't feel like they're an afterthought, when they're not floating, and also when they feel like they have a little depth to them. I think that's a way we can really elevate our stickers in our designs, is making sure that when we use them, that we always feel like there's a little bit of foundation, with that. And foundation is always best with a few layers. It always is, can be nicely accomplished with adding some sense of background, something to anchor it, and or again, that foundation. Okay. So the banner here, I'm using it, but I'm looking at my stickers, and I definitely think I'm just going to utilize the stickers, but in place of the template. This is true often too, whether it's stickers or a flower from our stash. If we have like a little, I don't know, like a little flower we want to use, right? Say we were like, oh, I want to use this flower, again, from party time. But then all of a sudden we replace that for something. I'll just pull this out. It's sitting right here. Well, maybe we don't do that. We put, a flower instead from our stash. But we still use it as that visual guide. It's such a time saver, and also, again, gets you out of your head. Gets you out of your head, and just let that creativity start to flow freely versus being more controlled, trying to figure it all out instead of just playing and having fun. So that's similarly, I guess, is how I'm treating this banner in this case, and my sticker, and that just happened to work for the stickers that I'm going to be using. You might find it similar for a flower that you want to use that's more of a sticker, right? Like this sticker flower. We might put a flower in place of to kind of help us to keep track of that. That's if you have a template in mind. If now at this point, I want to start trying and testing out elements, right? Either I would put this on clear cellophane, like, where did my cellophane sheet go? I had it, where did it go? Did I leave it? Hold on. Well, boy, that's like the third thing I lost today. And Abby kept finding them, so maybe she'll find my other cellophane sheet. She heard me. You're so great, Abby. I had this like clear cellophane sticker sheet that I like, test things on. Here, we'll just use this one. It's okay. So like a cellophane sticker, you could place that on here, right? That's just usually what stickers come on, is cellophane. So that way you can glide it around your page without it sticking to your page, and then you can still visualize it. So sometimes if that's nice too, for you to, I have this cellophane sheet I never throw away, and I keep it with my other sticker stash, and I can find it. But I just use that sheet sometimes to do that. Otherwise, I do this. where I can't pick the sticker up. Hold on. There we go. The tip that I was sharing before, where I'll cover with some scraps of paper often just to take away a little bit of the stickiness. One, because I usually have scraps of paper within hand reach and I don't have to go find them because clearly I'm not that good at finding things. So I'm definitely like a sit down scrapbook type person. But then the same approach is that I can, you know, test that out and see what I want to use. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead, and I need to kind of get to the bones of it and progress on my page and see where we can go from that. So similar with your templates, again, you could visualize with your stickers. That's always nice to have. And keep these in like a sandwich bag or something. Like, don't throw them away. If you have these little different sizes of cellophane, just keep them somewhere so that you can use them whenever you're using your stickers to help you decide on a location first before you know, place that sticker down. But again, most of the time I'm covering the back because I like to use pop-ups so they don't feel flat. Just depends on what layer the sticker is being displayed on your page. Oh, and Gal says she just always cuts the sticker out of the big sheet and she just put so that it's not sticky. So that's definitely an option too. Isn't that funny, Gal? I never thought of that either. Which, you know, if you have the space around, so for example, what she's implying, which I think is a great idea, is say I want this tag, which I did think about using on this page somewhere. I would start treating this as part of my design elements at this phase of my creation steps. For me, I would be like, okay, I want to like maybe add this in, or, you know, things like that to my layout. Actually, maybe we put the balloons up and around this. That could be cute. Okay. So that's a great approach too. Sometimes you can get cut around them, and then I guess I'm assuming, Gail, probably from your tip, if you don't end up using them, I always stick them back in with my tip, but you can at that point stick them into a sandwich bag. It also helps a lot of ways. You get that annoying 12 by 12 sticker sheet that often we deal with trimmed down a little bit. So I actually like that tip a lot. The good life, love today, uniquely you, happy moments, simply wonderful. I thought that could work too with the pictures that I'm scrapbooking. So when I was looking at the sticker sheet, I thought the same thing, that I could use some of these up. Probably right here. Actually not sure where I'm going to use those, but that's another one that I want to use. And then I do also want to use these happies. I'm just going to cut this thing apart. Great tip. Well, and it works for these ones. I will say, I don't know if it will work in general for all of them. And I'm okay actually with actually cutting that all apart because I'm, like I said, use it or lose it. I'm done with these stickers. If I don't use them at this point, I really am done with that sticker. I've seen it get stuck on so many different things and I'm like, time to use them, right? Time to use them. I don't even know what this kit is called. I should see. Oh, it's called We Are Family, Echo Park, from 2014. So, you know, not too old, but still, time to use it. Time to say goodbye. Okay. I'm going to throw my photos in really fast. I really feel like my photos give a lot, of course, mood, life, because it is life that we're scrapbooking, a lot of life to my page. I'm going to start with the picture of her and her cake. I always like to kind of either start with an end or tell a story with my pictures. That's really how I approach where to place my pictures often. And then I'm going to place these other ones over here. I'm going to trim that one up. And Abigail, one more thing. Can you hear me? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Phew. you go find my paper trimmer. I'm pretty sure Lacey stole it and left it on the kitchen table. Thank you. Honestly, I need a checklist every time I go live because I don't know why I'm still, I don't know, naive, I guess, that I think all my stuff will be here because it's where I left it, but it doesn't always happen. It's okay. It's okay. So, all right, perfect. Thanks.
I'm making pound cakes. Would you like to consume one?
No, I'll be in this moment. All right. I really do love to kind of place my pictures right over the top for a moment. I just feel like it gives me sometimes a sense of progress, but also just to kind of test because I am kind of going out of your more traditional birthday, I guess, vibe. I just want to make sure that it's all connecting, right? Connecting, so to speak. And then I will trim these photos down, put a few here and a few here. Okay, let me go ahead and do that really fast too. I'm already here, might as well. Then I'm gonna go to the sticker blocks. I actually thought it would be really cute. Well, I didn't think that far ahead. Let me cut these pictures down to 2x2s. I'm just kind of eyeing them here since they're already slimmed up. You need to yell through the house that you're going live and everyone needs to return all the things. This is true. I know. We talked once, remember, Gail, about me using a lock on everything, but then that just sounded like more of a nuisance for me than anything. I do scream through the house that I'm going live so that everybody gets off their broadcasting things, just to hopefully reduce any type of, disconnection, so to speak. But I guess I can add to that yell and return my supplies if you've used them. Meaning scissors or paper trimmers, because those really are the things that seem to disappear. And sometimes my pencil. So all my stuff that I use every single time. Every single time. Okay. I also have videos to go with these. I took some videos of her opening her gifts and just kind of her, cute reaction. So I'll add a QR code to my journaling. So I'll have to print that journaling off. Won't happen necessarily now, but I do plan to add that. Also, again, looking at my stickers, thinking about journaling. I actually might take this one. I'm gonna use some paper, pop this up really fast. In this case, I could have just cut it off now that I was thinking about what Gail said. Let me find some scrapbook paper here. There we go. This is just random from that kit. I will, because I do want this to be popped up. So I'm gonna just put the paper on the back so that I can add pop-up so that I have that. Anyways, I just saw this sticker and thought this is a cute sticker that, can have the date on it. It's just such an easy one to use inside of design. I can have it kind of placed in the middle of my journaling. So when I print my journaling off, I think I'll do journaling at the top and then space it and journaling at the bottom. So sometimes it helps to look at your stickers too and think about using your stickers in your titles. Like, how can you use that? Something that often I've done too, and this is old school. I'll find a sample and share it later because I used to do this all the time with my stickers. Oh, for example, there's this UR, and if I want to include that sticker into my journaling, I would just come up with a sentence that says you are so special, right? And if you were writing it, then you could just put the sticker down, and then pick up the sentence with where you're writing it. Most likely, I don't know, maybe I'll do a little journal box here and write it. We'll see. Or I'll print it. And if I print it, I'll just tab over and leave again a space for this to be included. So looking for little sticker opportunities like that, that you can include them either in your title or incorporate them into your journaling as well. So I'm just going to place this down here too, because I think that's easy to work in a journaling prompt, so to speak. You are something, and then I can use that sticker. I don't see really any more stickers from that perspective in my pack, but I think that definitely applies, like if you have stickers like this where they're word strips or something like that. I think it's always fun where you break up maybe your handwriting or your printing of your journaling and put your stickers in with them, right? So that's always a fun way to use, whether it's your small alphabet stickers inside of your journaling. I could include day. It looks like at one point I cut this up already, or the and sign. So again, maybe too many. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So now talking about the foundation, these little blocks here, I'm going to pull from my colors of the borders, and I'm going to use this flower pattern in my border. So let me go back here. I wanted to focus on these, and I do want to focus on those, but I first like to cut out my border next, because then that helps me pull the colors on these other layers in my layout. So I always like to cut out my borders. So hopefully, you know, we see a lot of incorporations of stickers into our page so far, kind of working them in, even though they're not permanent, like we haven't adhered them down, they're not an afterthought. And I think that's an important thing. I think whether it's when we first initially start using our stash, how I was talking about, don't let your stash be an afterthought. Go and say, I want to use the sticker sheet. What can I scrapbook with it, right? Similarly, when you sit down to create your page, start with the thing that you want to try to use, like that you're challenging yourself to use. So in this case, I really wanted to, earlier on my page, to start incorporating these stickers into my design process so that it's not an afterthought. Okay. And this is going to be true for next month and the month after that, like when we pick a different item. Actually, talking about next month, I'll just mention it. We're going to focus on ribbon next month. So like I said, we're just going to pick something different every month and see what little insights and tips and again, 10 or less in that regards to using it. Abby, can you get my charger for my computer? Okay, so border, that's where we were. Let me cut that out. You know, Gal, she is 17 in these ones. I had the same thought, and I was so bummed when I saw that, because I was like, dang it, there's like letters or numbers on the sticker sheet here. And I thought same thing. I was like, oh, I wish there was like a 1-7, but there wasn't. I have to cut that label sticker out really fast. But again, there's lots of opportunities. Like I would never have initially thought from this sticker, especially of course being at home and stuff, but then Celebrate Today could easily be incorporated too. But I do think there's a limit of stickers. Otherwise you just look like you sneezed with stickers on your page, which I guess would be a good caution to say, don't go too overload on stickers. Sometimes we get so desperate to kind of meet our challenge of using the stickers, but there is also such thing as too much. So keep that in mind. And And I think that's where it comes into, okay, I used what I can of this. At this point, I'm happy, like, you know, letting my grandkids or my kids use the rest of these stickers or donating them. If you find yourself feeling like you're just wanting to stick them on a page just so you're done with it, well, I mean, what's any different than donating them, but still having a page that's not too, you know, too overwhelming with too many stickers. So even though you may feel that way, giving them away is just as valuable as sticking them down on your page with not really good intent on where you're sticking them down. Okay. Let's go ahead and cut that out. I'm going to avoid inking just so we can get our base of our pages down without too long, to keep you guys too long, so we can kind of see semi-results and results of this page that I'm creating. And then, of course, I so look forward to seeing what stickers you challenge yourself to use, right, on your page, and seeing that. I really love to take that main pattern and throw it in my borders for the reason I was sharing with you, because it's going to help me direct a lot of my other layers and decisions now from this point. Okay. All right. All right. So again, I don't have pictures per se for these. You could absolutely full pictures, but I do think this is just a great example again of maybe where when you're looking at a sketch, a lot often we talk about blocks for journaling or blocks for, you know, a title placement. Similarly, you can look at different blocks for incorporating embellishments or stickers, right, into your design. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my stickers here. We're just going to see kind of what jumps out. It's kind of slim picking at this point, I'm not gonna lie. These flowers actually be really cute. It's a little too big. I could trim out the inside of that. And which brings me to another thing, like customizing your stickers, being willing to cut or trim or alter your stickers to kind of fit your design. So layer them over other items for, you know, design purposes. Like for me, I probably would pop this up if I used it over here. Not sure yet, but if I did, I'd pop this up like I was mentioning, and I'd probably actually cut this out of another piece of paper and have that be my 2 layers to that flower. So I'd still use the template in that case if it works. But when I say like customizing your stickers, right? Like if this space is too big, I could slim that up. So that's an option. It's actually the same as the paper, which is kind of cute now that I'm looking at that. I could pop that up to give it a 3D right where the paper is too. That's kind of cute. Okay, so clearly I'm not sure about that one either. I did think the 1, 2, 3 approach could be cute. Here, I'm gonna put this back down so I can use this cellophane. Even though it's not her birthday age in this case, probably could work that into my journaling, something about 1, 2, 3 opening her gifts. Journaling is not my like strength. It takes me a little bit to journal, but I appreciate journaling. And in this case, I do want to journal because I feel like the pictures are inspiring me. Like I talked about the different types of gifts she got, talks a lot about her. Actually shares a lot about her puzzle brain, her engineering brain, which she has. Like it's so intriguing to see how her brain works and what makes her happy and what she enjoys. So that's a thought. honestly, didn't really think that far. This owl's, it's cute. This owl could be cute. Just fun little decorative elements. And this could be cute. So maybe it's just embellishing type things, nothing really too specific. Those could all be cute on those spots as well. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with it, and I'm not gonna too crazy think about that. So again, I need a piece of paper. I'm gonna cut these out of piece of papers really quickly because I want these to pop. So going back to the kind of those 3 F's that I shared in the first part of this, when you're working with stickers, foundations, avoid flatness by possibly adding some pop-up to it, and then of course help avoid your stickers from floating. Allow them to be part of your design. So instead of them being an afterthought, allow them to kind of be incorporated into your design as you go about cutting your page. I almost want to find a cute little brad to go in the middle of this little sticker pinwheel as well. Okay, so if you guys just jumped on, we talked about how I'm using as part of my 10 party time set. It's one of our like all-in-one go-to sets, and the reason why they're go-tos is because for what I just shared, which is literally I was able to sit down and all of the size proportions, kind of the focus in this one set, just took some of those additional decision makings off of me. And so I like that sometimes. Sometimes I want that type of experience when I sit down to scrapbook. Party time, 25% off. Use the code partytime25, expires tomorrow. So it's just a quick little coupon special for those of you watching live. So partytime25, use that coupon at checkout, okay? Okay, one more little decorative thing. If I want to have 4, which I thought was cute. So I think what I'm gonna do, I don't know. I could absolutely, sorry, little squirrel. I'm gonna use some of these squares or triangles to fill in maybe these other spaces when I get to that. So I'm gonna have to customize that. Maybe we'll do that tip next because I'm gonna have to customize that. Let's see. I could just do, I did have this other picture, but I realized it wouldn't work in the 2x2. But maybe what I'll do is just her hands, tell you the truth, because it's the Sudoku. It's like a close-up of the same picture. I realized I printed it twice. Or I could take a focus of her face, which is great too. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I will do that. Okay. Let me trace that out. Cut that out. Give me a moment. Okay. Chose her face. It's kind of fun. I like sometimes the doubling up. Just depends on what you have, but I printed it, so that works. Okay, let me not lose my cellophane here. Okay. So lots of little pieces on this page, like popping out at different places. Not gonna lie, lots of little pieces. So let me throw in some of this teal, which I think is a good color to pull out. Not much of it is in the stickers themselves. So I'm gonna just cut some 2x2s for those stickers, again, to kind of build a foundation for them not to be floating, to have them anchored on my page. Okay. So hard not to ink these edges, but I'm not going to ink them so we can see what it comes together like. And then I am going to pop it up though, because you guys can't really tell, I guess, from your angle. Well, boy, it does really make a difference. I don't know. There's just something so satisfying about taking a sticker, adding a little pop-up on the back. So simple, right? Just kind of like a great pop-up is an essential. Always have it in your stash. And it just always helps. Helps add depth and dimension to really anything, but specifically stickers. I mean, it really does help. And then along with that, I will say inking will also elevate your stickers. So I am going to ink this little section here just because I think it goes along with what we're talking about adding a little depth to your stickers with pop-up, but also inking the edges of stickers, refines them in kind of like a more finished look. So it really gives them a nice finished look as well. And you'll see I'm just kind of like rubbing the edges because these stickers have like a white film around them. I don't want it to feel too inked personally. So I'm just kind of gliding it along the edges again to kind of refine those edges to give it a finished, more polished look. Overall, that's what inking is great for in general, all of the above. Whether it's stickers or something else on your page, whether you die cutted it, honestly, it doesn't matter. I always recommend inking, or if you hand cut it, it doesn't matter to me. I think a little bit of ink in any of those scenarios always adds a little bit of refinement to your elements. All right, and like I said, that nice polished look. I do think that looking at my page, I might need some white in here. I'm feeling like the black and white and everything might be getting lost. Let me come over here and we're going to explore this together really quickly. We're going to see what we can come up with. I'm going to use the same teal, which I had to pull from another kit, by the way, because I wanted to use these stickers, but I didn't have lots of the Echo Park paper left. So when I was picking out my 5 sheets to make my paper pack, which I counted as one item, went to create my own layout kit based off of the formulas that we share at Kiwilane, right? A main pattern, 2 background sheets, and some blenders or supporting patterns. I'm not too worried about a supporting in this case. I did pull out a supporting actually, so I might try to still use that in here somewhere. I had this other scrap. So for me, I pulled this in for a supporting piece, maybe even on the circle or something, I don't know. But I did pull this in for a nice layer, and luckily it matched. So I had to customize my layout kit a little bit with that formula. So again, main sheet, supporting sheet, 2 background sheets, and a blender usually makes up and packages nicely into what we refer to as a layout kit. So I did that before I went live. Okay, so happy. Let's see, Happy, Happy, so we're off, right? So it won't be even on the ends. So these are also tag shapes, the stickers themselves, but I kind of like the thought of them having, see that background? Well, here, let me hold this up so you guys can see that closer. Right, kind of nice little look there. Yeah, Linda, those elevators, those pop-ups. I forget we're trying to rebrand them to elevators like Lee says. That's so cute. They do elevate it, that's for sure. So pop-up, AKA elevators. All right, I'm thinking out loud at the same time. This was not planned. This is all live, guys. All of this is live, okay? I have this desire to use these stickers. right? And those will fit in that shape in party time, and then happen to use these stickers, which would fit in this shape of party time. So we're just gonna try this out. I'm gonna start with tracing the outside, and I want the pendant to be on the ends. So I'm gonna flip this now and do a pendant over here. We'll see, guys. I don't know how this is gonna work out. We're gonna see. And then I'm gonna go tag. It's kind of nice actually that it's gonna work out related to the stickers that I have. That was accidental, but that's nice sometimes. Again, being willing to customize for shapes or things that you need. I'm just tracing out the repeat of the tag. It might not be as lovely balanced as I would love the other ones to be, but we're going to go with it. So I keep just bringing this back in and realigning the top to be with my curve of this banner, right? I want to keep the curve in there to help me get that aligned. We're going to see what this looks like when I get this traced out. Yeah, this one's a little off here, and I think we have one extra. Happy. So why don't we, I have the wrong pencil. Wrong pencil. Okay. We're going to slim it up too. I will tell you, I have not done this necessarily before on a page. So not with the banner, that is, but a little engineering to get us what we're hoping to achieve, or what I'm hoping to achieve. Happy. Okay. Then I'm going to end on the pendant. Oh, that one's out of thing. I got to refill that pencil. I am having no luck with pencils. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I ended on the 2 and put the happy in the middle. Did that make sense? Did you guys see that? Sorry, I kind of was just thinking at the same time of doing, which is sometimes hard to do. Okay, detach. It's not worth it. Always detach. Always detach. Actually, Linda, I was watching one of your lives the other day and I wanted to scream detach, but you're such a pro. I was like, she's got that. But I did see that you were kind of like cutting up and around. I was like, detach it. I wanted to scream it in the little comment section, but I was like, she's got this. But I will tell you, detaching definitely makes a difference. So if you ever find yourself just kind of wrestling, then say, oops, I forgot to detach. Because it's not worth wrestling with the whole thing. Not for the little bit of, maybe the little bit of paper you would save. It's just not worth it in my books. Okay. So now I can either, on this foundation, right, I now have like a little, happened to work out nicely foundation with the set that I chose. Again, I did not plan this, guys. This is just coincidence. This is great coincidence. That those stickers happen to be similar size to this designer template. That's pretty great. So you could just adhere this, because we did give it a nice foundation, right? We are going to add a layer to these. So we could just stick the sticker down and call it good that way. Or We elevate it with an elevator, aka pop-up, which I think, why not? Why not? So again, just adding a little paper, doing a messy cut. It doesn't have to be exact either. I'll show you what I mean by that here on the next one. And then of course, I would just kind of rub the edges. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, just kind of rub them sometimes on the stickers when you're using them. And it gives it a nice little pop-up. Here, I'm gonna raise this up for a moment. The color, the light, I said earlier, oh, it's so nice to go scrapbook when it's light outside, but the light's still a little overcast because of the storm. Which Gwen, yes, how are you doing? I saw you earlier ask about the snow. I think it stopped snowing out there. It did, but yes, brr, cold, no fun. So a little pop-up. So what I was saying on the, you don't have to be exact. Like sometimes when I, again, take my scraps, like take this little pile of scraps, for example, I'll even just cut like a messy. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. I'll just cut like a messy piece and then trim that off. So I don't always cut it exact. And you could fussy cut around the stickers and be exact, but I don't, to tell you the truth. I did on these ones because I was showing you it, but to tell you the truth, when I often do it outside of this, I don't really often do that. I'll just take a piece of scrap that I have, flip it over, add it to the back. So whatever scraps I have, I just kind of like add that to the back of these stickers. Okay, I'll add some pop-up here in a moment. So again, I'm just going to take these little pile of stickers, scraps that I have, and just add that to the back of my sticker. And I'll add pop-up here in a moment. And then I can take another piece of that scrap. Trim that up just a little bit. Okay. Whoops. And I just stick the pop-up in the middle. In that case, I'll go back and add pop-up to the other ones. So hopefully that's another just quick little tip that you can work with. And then after that, from a sticker tip point of view, oh, we were going to add the little pendants because that happened to also be included in my sticker sheet. Does anybody have this paper stash in your collection? I'm just curious. I'm just curious if anybody else has it hanging around in your stash. I do love the little patterns of these. Those are cute to kind of add. I think I might do the stripe one and the butterfly one. Lots of cute options there. I'm trying to decide if I add pop-up or just let these be flat and the other ones be pop-up. I think I will let these be flat. I am going to add just a little bit of ink around the edges though, just to kind of match the other ones that I'll be adding ink around. Again, just a little soft, clean edge. And this is where you might be inspired to pull other things from your stash, right? Cute little twine to do maybe two little cute bows at the end of these ribbon here. Cute little bows could be really cute. Probably I would add some twine here at the bottom as well. Even though I guess that would put me up a little bit over 10 items, but still, I think that little end zone is a great thing. I think the 10, kind of like what I was talking about, is to help you to avoid overwhelming, to feel less overwhelmed. Whether that's pulling a few sets together from your designer templates, like I chose rings and party time, and just run with that, which again is something we talk about with featured sets all the time. It is so helpful. It's so helpful to limit your selections when you initially start to scrapbook. But when you get to this phase, you're kind of like feel more motivated, more creative, more energized. And so at this point, where at the beginning sometimes you feel overwhelmed, at the beginning you feel like, oh, lacking creativity because you don't know quite what you're going to do yet, right? So that vision, those ideas aren't starting to flow yet. But when you start to get into the motion of a page, the middle of a page, that's really always fun. I always enjoy the middle of a page, and that's where you can start to explore little cherry picking from other sets or adding extra layers, because if you're feeling it, then go with it, right? If you're really feeling it, then why not? But not necessarily needed either, right? So just thoughts, just little thoughts there for sure, to keep in mind. Okay, I think from a sticker point of view, that's really generally what I'm going to use. I am looking at this butterfly thinking, I could probably use that. But again, I think that's going to be an end detail. Or I'm going to use, okay, this little guy here is kind of cute. This one here, maybe I'll back it so that I can see what I like to put it. But overall, let me kind of recap on some sticker tips while I finish this page up a little bit. So using stickers in your journaling, I think, is always a fun place to incorporate stickers. You can create sticker frames, so to speak. I guess, I don't know what you called it, Linda. You called it something, but that's kind of how I'm implying it. Sticker frames meaning like if you wanted to take, oh gosh, Linda, you have a picture of your layout handy that you could post in the comments? Sticker frames, where, like, for example, if I wanted to take rings and let's say I was doing a one-pager or something, and this is basically what Linda was sharing in one of her live events. You could trace the design of it and then just you could place stickers in that shape and create kind of like cute little frames. So that's another way you can use stickers. Definitely mixing and matching, experimenting with flat or, dimensional with pop-ups. So just kind of playing around with that. Sticker backgrounds, kind of similar to the framing of possibility, is you can arrange stickers in a repeating pattern to kind of customize your own background. That's another way you can utilize stickers. Make sure to be willing to customize your stickers, like we talked about as well. And then overall, just, I don't know if it's helpful, but 3 F's: flat, floating, and foundation. We want to try to avoid the flatness, avoid floating, and give them a nice foundation overall for your stickers. I don't know, these are just cute. I feel like you can just use those anywhere. They're just cute little tabs. Actually, super cute. There's another little tab here too that I can use. And then I have all of these cute little centers of flowers too that I could use. I don't know, somewhere. We'll figure that out. And so speak. All right, do you guys have any questions? Susan has, this has been so helpful. I have way too many years worth sitting in drawers. I know. So again, I think possibly just, again, focusing on your stickers, just that and alone. And maybe just choose one drawer, not all of your drawers. Or maybe just choose the left side of your drawer. Don't focus on your whole drawer. And then first, again, go through them, lose them or use them. But then after that, you can also just say, start with one sticker pack and say, I'm going to use this one today, and let that be your inspiration and your motivation to help you to make choices on what to scrapbook with them. Now listen, when often I do my layout kits, when I talked about that, especially when I had a huge stash of these stickers, phases that we all have, I would include stickers in with my layout packs, right? So we talk about those 5 sheets of paper and we put them in a bag, which is something I talk about often, in how to use up your paper stash. Along with that, definitely you can include other elements in it. Whether you use the bag situation that I talked about, or if you use like the Totally Tiffany packs that have the pockets in the front, you can also include embellishments along that lines as well. Does that make sense? I can go grab one if not. I'm pretty sure I have a few of those handies. Well, Linda, I can't wait to see it. Oh yeah, Linda, what did you call your sticker sneeze process? I was like, sticker frames, I guess. I'm trying to think how you could call that. Now, one other quick last tip that just reminded me, because I saw someone mention borders. Oh, hold on, Michaela. So what was the 10 items you used? I used the sticker sheet, party time, my 5 sheets of paper, and I also used, well, I guess I haven't quite used all 5 sheets of paper. I did also pull this into my 10, but I haven't used it yet. I don't know. I may or may not use it. I pulled it in as my 10 because I thought about putting birthday somewhere. Happy, maybe birthday. I don't know if I need the word birthday now that I'm looking at it. I have a lot of words on here. If I put this and this on here, I think happy summarizes it well enough, and then I can put happy birthday in the journaling. So this was one of my 10s as well, but I might not end up using that in this case. Now, for whatever it's worth, I don't consider these type of things use it or lose it. These are like general essential things. They don't ever outdate themselves. So I wouldn't lose that because I didn't use it. But I will say the other portion of this stickers sheet, I'm probably gonna lose it after this. At this point, I've made another layout with this kit. I mean, I'm really down to slim picking. Like I said, I had to pull together other sheets to finish out my 5 sheets that match this pack. They weren't all from the same paper collection. And then my 2 background sheets. Now, so, I mean, at this point, the stickers, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be, keeping them. I'll stick them in my little pile where my kids can have access to them and they know they can use them. I will say my kids, when they were younger, were more into that. Not so much these days. They don't really. I do have paper they can use because they are still reaching for paper for random things, but I don't think they'll reach for stickers. I think they're all beyond that age. But when my kids were younger, they loved when I would give them stickers. They thought it was the best thing. So maybe I'll give them to a younger kid, a younger girl in my church, or donate them or something. There's always something to give them away. And I think there's, after it's all said and done, you don't even know what's missing, to tell you the truth, in a lot of ways, especially when it comes to stickers that you've used multiple times and they just need to go at this point. I'm happy that I got one more use out of that sticker sheet with the rest of the paper. I will say I used most of the paper up, but clearly not the sticker sheet that came with the paper, because we always feel intimidated by stickers, or at least in some sense, right? And I didn't quite, whatever I was scrapping with this didn't quite like go with the stickers. I don't remember why I didn't use the stickers. All I know is that I have the sticker sheet left and not much of the paper that went with this specific sticker sheet, but that's okay. I'm still able to pull much together. Actually, I haven't used much of the paper yet. on it, and I just need to cut out a few more of these little things and we're good. So yes, the coupon, sorry, the coupon is Party Time 25. Say 25% off the Party Time all in one set, which is pretty much what I only used on here, and with the addition of the rings as kind of a nice little backdrop thing there. Yeah, and Emily says rec centers or after school programs are a great place to donate. Absolutely. Gail says, I'm looking at the sticker sheet and wondering how many cards I can get out of it. So that's another very, very good option for using up your stash little random things. Maybe Gail, I'll spend this evening after dinner throwing together some quick stickers with the remaining of what's there and the little stash set of paper that I have, because I didn't use much of it here. They won't be as cute as your stickers or your cards, but actually I can use a little bit more cards in my stash. I've been getting a little dry in my card library, which I'm glad my kids have been using them. They know they're allowed to use whatever cards they need whenever they need them, so that's good. McKellar, 10 or less or 11 or 12 is good. It's all good. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome. I missed that comment. Okay, Linda says she'll find that link again, post in the community. Melody says most of my treats I go to have a giveaway pile where we can put supplies we no longer need. So I always try to take stuff with me. Unfortunately, I also, yes, shop the pile and bring stuff home. Oops. That is hilarious, because before I finished reading your comment, I was like, the only problem with like giveaway piles is sometimes we also see, if we have a plan for them, then awesome. I think they're really great. Or if like we see something that we love to use, right? Like alphabet stickers. Like it's something that it's one of your go-to supplies in your stash, and I think that's great. Otherwise, I think sometimes we see those giveaway tables as like freebies, and we get into like, I don't know, a clearance mindset, right? So yeah, cautionary there for sure. Donna says my 8-year-old granddaughter has started scrapbooking. Unfortunately, I don't live near her, so I make some little kits for her, and then when I visit, we work on them. I love that, Donna. Yeah, my daughter Riley started to pick up scrapbooking here and there. She also picked up knitting, so it's like half and half in her free time, which is fine. But you know, she's like mixing in between all of them. But I have started to do that lately with her too. Which she's at the early part of her scrapbooking, so she's appreciative of anything like that, because I remember when I was young, when I was a young mom, scrapbooking, definitely I was more limited, but that was before I had the Play-to-Create system, and I realized that I really didn't need much to complete a page. Really, honestly, some paper, some templates, some stickers. In this case, with our 10 or less challenge that we have going on here, and we can finish a really cute page. Okay, so I did a lot of talking. It could have been cutting at the same time, but I didn't. I apologize. I apologize. I am going to take quick 5 more minutes. I am going to get a little bit more of this just quickly if you want to hang around to kind of see the progress in that. And I have this green that I pulled in as one of my 5s, but the more I looked at it, it was not quite the right green. So I feel like I need to go back through and see if I can find another green that I'm happier with than that one. Let's cut out some balloon or some of our gifts really quickly. I will say another fun tip with stickers, again, because we're all about stickers today in this challenge. Okay, here. This is a good little other. See these lovely strips? These can be really fun, right? They can be fun to put. You could put them back to back with a border. That is so cute, by the way. If you have 2 of those, that could be so cute. You could put them, so for example, where typically sometimes we have back to back, you could put a nice little strip. Most of mine's going to be covered here in this case, but I don't know, I might throw in a little scallop or something. That could be cute. In this case, with my little present that I'm cutting, I was looking at this strip. I'm just going to cut a piece off. And I was thinking that we could add that right at the top where that edge of the presents usually is. And kind of do a little hangover. That could be fun. So I just kind of put it down so you can see it, whether you put it down before you cut it or after you cut it. Either way really works. But, you know, thinking about where to incorporate quick little strips almost was like a washi tape mindset, right? Sometimes it's hard to find the little places for that. And because of such, you might not use much of it, but using a little of it versus none of it and then calling it good is a good fulfilling, it's pretty satisfying in and of itself as well. And then of course I would ink that a little bit and pop that up. I probably even would, looking at that now, do something else to kind of break in just a little bit more. Let me take this little scrap of paper right here and we're going to cut out the top there. We make sure how to incorporate those in. Shauna, you're very welcome. I'm glad that you jumped on and joined me today. I'm glad that it was helpful. And I can't wait to see, of course, again, how you guys take your stickers and kind of elevate them so they're not flat, give them a nice foundation to kind of, you know, be anchored on, and also so that they're not floating. So flat, floating, and foundation are my 3 little takeaways I have for you guys. And then of course, just in general, I will say this kind of like as that final reminder, like, right, it's little, you know, takeaways that allow us to scrapbook smarter, to kind of clear the clutter at the same time, using your supplies, using what you have as you play to create your page. It's really satisfying. It's really fun. And so I encourage you guys to share your layouts in the community. Take the challenge, whether it's this evening, today, if you're working on it now, or by the end of February. Let's just put it in the month, right? And the challenge, another little fun challenge this month, to take a peek at some kind of sticker or something stash and incorporate that into your pages. And then of course, thinking along the lines of 10 and done. So it's limiting your initial stash when you go to sit down to scrapbook so that you can scrapbook and tackle those pages just a little bit better without the clutter and the overwhelming as you get started. And then of course, just more importantly, have fun. Keep playing to create, right? Just have fun in the process and see where the ideas spark. All right, I'm going to cut this other lovely one more gift. And similarly, I see, you know, these little guidelines that are there for that inspiration. But I'll take that inspiration and we'll do some strips instead. On that, actually, here's this frame. Look at that. This little cute frame. I don't think I'm going to use it around a photo or anything, so I'm going to just take those pieces and it's almost like wigs your eye out because it's like stripes on stripes. I'm not sure what I think about that. Woo, never mind. I don't know if I could do it, but I think that could be cute. So maybe I changed what the gift is. Maybe I change it to a solid. Let's see. What do we have? A solid blue? Blue with blue background? Not quite popping. the way I would like. That was too funny. My eyes were like, it's like one of those circus rooms that you go into, you know, you're like, what am I looking at? Oh. This could be cute too, like, right? Honestly, even in this case, I would pop it up before I adhered it to my page. I don't know. That one I'm not sure about because again, I need to kind of finish it. I'm also going to map my pictures in white to help break apart and give them a little bit of clean look. So I am going to bring in some white cardstock into my 10 items, I guess you could say. It definitely, I feel like, needs a little bit of breaking up a little bit because of the colors I'm using and such. But I do think that was a good idea with the green. So I just need to decide what color. I have a lot of the teal. I have a lot of the red. I have blue left. The other color palette in here is black and the green and some type of white, which I could use white as well for the gift. Actually, here, I have some of this in my scratch. So I'm going to end on that, not keep you guys too long, much longer. I know I said that before, but I am going to end on that and then finish up this page, share it with you guys. And I look forward to seeing what you guys use your stash with. I'm going to cut it out of this little piece right here. We're going to make it work. I think it's like the back of the title card thing. And then I'm going to say goodbye to the rest of this paper kit. I think I'm good. Used it. No, that's right. I'm going to try to make some cards, Gail. I'm going to try to make some cards and see what else I can use. And then at that point, I'm going to say goodbye to the rest of it. Okay, I just wanted to finish this with this sticker because I think that could be really cute. So I'm going to take this, place that down. It's kind of nice. It's the right green, of course. And then do another one across. And then I'll stick that back down. You never know. I'll probably use it on make a few gifts for some cards, some birthday cards, because birthday cards I always need. So maybe I'll continue this inspiration into my cards in making some. I always love when that happens because I can just keep the same supplies and the same templates that I have out and finish out some quick little other elements or cards or things like that, you know. So I love when I can just keep the mess that I have out, the same supplies that I have out, either finish a quick another one pager, kind of stick into the same templates even, and then I don't have to pull anything out. It's already out. The mess is already out. And I just keep going until I can't use any more of my stash that I have. That's another thing, which is often how I tackle just the Kiwi Club's kits in general. So it absolutely applies to just the goal and the challenge of using your stash to use that. Then of course I'll have that here at the top. So I'll adhere those together. All right, 2 more gifts. Okay guys, thanks so much. Like I said, I'm gonna finish this page. I'm gonna back my pictures in some white. I'll adhere everything down, cut my balloons out, and I'll post a layout. All right. Again, hopefully some of these tips and hopefully inspiration and encouragement to take this challenge, this 10 and done challenge, and focus on stickers. Next month, we're going to focus on ribbon and stuff. So we'll see what we have to share then. And one last call, party time. Don't have it to your stash. don't have it in your collection, make sure to take advantage of 25% off. Use Party Time 25, the coupon at checkout, to save on that set. Has a special, oh, it's like blurry again. It went blurry all over again. Special for this live. All right. Enjoy the rest of your guys' day. Stay warm, stay cozy. Honestly, when the weather's, no fun outside, it's a perfect time to stay inside and scrapbook. So, all right, guys, take care. All right, bye now.